You say hello. Here we go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for having us again. It's happy to see as many of you here. We are still in Henderson, North Carolina.
Mhm.
We are planning to move back to Nicaragua this fall. We don't have a specific date. We have a May, October.
Yeah.
Is our tentative
Yeah.
and date. In terms of CEPAL, they continue working on their, even more strict situation for nonprofits. As you know, the government has really
Crack down on NGOs.
and NGOs and have put so very strict laws. And so far, CEPAT has been able to provide every single document they had required, but now they even asking for monthly statements and monthly documents. And so far, we are doing okay. So we are very happy and blessed that CEPAT continues to do the work that they do and that benefits so much people. We have planned. We don't have that many. We don't have any delegations so far coming. We have a couple individuals that are really traveling to check things, but group we don't have yet, and that's due to the situation in terms of taking the COVID test. The government is still the only place where you can take the COVID test, and if you bring a home test, it's considered illegal. So you kind of have to smuggle it in the country. So if they find it, they will confiscate it. So that's one of the situations. We also would like to let you know that we are finally allowed to do some visits.
Yeah.
Visits. So if you have any openings for the months of June and July, we would love to visit you. And it doesn't have to be a Sunday. We are quite flexible.
Mhm.
Can be any day that would be good for all of you. And we just continue working. And in November, we are planning an international encounter. We hope that perhaps if we cannot have people join us physically, because it's understandable, many of you can join us via Zoom. I don't know if you guys have any questions. We will be happy to answer them the best to our knowledge. We did hear about Juanita's dad's death, and we of course send her our condolence. That's very sad, sad loss in any situation. So yeah, do you guys have any questions?
Who are the people right now that you're most staying in touch with at CIPOD?
Well, we talk with our team
Yeah.
regularly.
Yeah.
Like we talk with Emily, the new director. We have a meeting last Friday
Yeah.
with Emily Reyes and the members of our team, which are Anita, Hador, and Nicole.
Yeah.
So we meet, regularly as a team via Zoom. We always in communication all the time because even if we are here, we're still doing work.
Mhm.
We're still translating documents. We're still trying to prepare some, videos. So we are always in communication with mainly our team, but also now we are actively communicating with Emily too.
Mhm.
And sometimes we also communicate with Emily Hughes.
Yeah. We are discussing the possibility of having a small delegation come in November with the encounter. So my hope is that we can have a group of maybe 3 or 4 people come, and then hopefully make a short trip up to Quilambe while we're there.
Yeah.
That's our intention and our hope, if the way be clear.
Mhm.
But we would love to see about possible dates and have you all come over and join us at some point in person. That would be wonderful.
We will love that too, because for us it's been hard not being able to travel to Nicaragua, but also not being able to go around the churches and talk about the situation in person. We know this out of everybody's hand. I don't think anybody expect, what the situation we are still living under, but we are happy that everything here is, at least here is considered safe enough for us to be able to visit churches in person. I think it does make some different.
So when are you
Right.
to go back to Nicaragua? I missed that part.
We want to go back in October. That's kind of the date we set. But that all depends on everything, really.
Yeah, we had some repairs in our house
yeah,
this summer because, it has been empty for over, not empty, but, we haven't been there for over 2 years. So it has deteriorated a little. So they're going to do some work on that. We also wanted to get Marcela as close as possible to the infant vaccine to get
Mhm.
developed. And we are not residents yet. So we need to get out before the 90 days. So that's why, and also we need to do some traveling because of work and
Yeah.
vacation in the month of August. So that's why we have October. We hope our house is kind of ready for us. We hope that.
And then, but 90 days is up in December when we come back here for Christmas. So.
And CEPAD
That's why-
usually close too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and we can come back knowing what paperwork we might require now to apply for the residency and try to get the paperwork while we are here because we are not very clear about what we need now. So we had to go there and they will let us know and we can get that.
Do you know anything
I
about any progress on the construction from the capital campaign?
No, we know construction was, on pause.
Yeah.
The pandemic also caused, that. I don't know if the plans were completely finished, but I know that after the pandemic, the situation with, getting materials and workers and all of that. So for now it's on hold. We of course can ask Emily for a little more information and provide it to you guys. But we also know that there has been very focused in emergency response.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of years that have kind of been their priority. Thank you so much for the donation for the campaign. You guys have done such a huge difference in helping to raise the funds for the campaign. So we really, really appreciate it. But yeah, they have been focused on emergency relief because, before the pandemic, the crisis have made things very difficult in Nicaragua, and after the pandemic,
They worse.
they make worse. And then we have so many nonprofit crossings which provide a lot of aid for people. So
CEPAD had to step up their efforts, really. So it's just a bad situation. It made a lot worse because of everything going on.
So right now the campaign is kind of a little on pause. Yeah, we don't know when it's gonna start actively building.
Do you feel like CEPAD is safe from government interference now?
I don't think anybody is safe from the government interference because the thing is, I think the government is trying to repress any type of institution or, that not only they have kind of international connections, like many of these nonprofits that receive a lot of funds from other countries are considered inside of Nicaragua foreign
foreign entities or
foreign entities, which make no sense, which mean they had to be regulated by different laws, which made for difficult for them to continue working in Nicaragua. So I think that that's just part of the government campaign to repress people even more, have controls over nonprofits. So far, because CEPAD had never really been actively involved in any type of political campaign, we feel we are safe. Because even that the laws are harsh now in terms of funding and all of that, but CEPAD paperwork has always been in order. They have always been clear about from where they receive the money and what's the purpose of the money. We now had to show more proof that the money is being sent with that purpose and is being used with that purpose. But so far, they're doing pretty good. For how long, we don't know, because the government can just create more laws. Right now there's so many that, they're kind of hard to follow, but for now, we are okay.
Are there any other questions?
I think at the end, it comes down to the fact that CEPAD at some point became a threat to the government. then we can be worried about,
Yeah.
CEPAL being really affected directly.
Well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to join us, and we'll be back in touch about the possibility of an in-person visit, and we can we'll definitely share these a few minutes of video with the congregation as well. So it's good to see you all, and hope that this summer will give you opportunity to get out and share more with other congregations.
And if you have any specific questions that, that didn't come out today or we couldn't answer, please feel free to send it to us. And we will try to gather the necessary information, for example, about that, the construction of the new center, of any of the questions that you have. We can try to gather the information and send you some kind of answer.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Well, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thanks,
having
guys.
us, and, have a rest of a nice evening.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you
again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.